What's up guys, it's me Hacks. I got another game update for you today. It's not too much in that I didn't do that much stuff, but what I did do I think was pretty significant. So I'll just show you that. So, I bet everyone's getting really sick of this stage. It's pretty much exactly the same as when I first made it, except I just keep adding stuff to it, but yeah. So, first thing I'll show you is shopping, I guess. So disclaimer, I did not implement I'll just show you. So you can see here we have a blacksmith by the icon above his head, and here we have wonton, even though it's still wacky because I haven't redrawn it yet. But so just click it. You can see the title. It's a blacksmith. Who the person you're talking to is? It's Matt Showman, but I don't have his picture yet, so I'm just using Joe right now. You can see, it gives you a little dialogue. If you press space, they give some more dialogue, which this is just placeholder from the help menu right now, but it'll be like custom for each person. Um, and yeah, you got buy, you got sell, upgrade, and craft. So they're pretty self-explanatory. You buy whatever they're selling, you sell. Sell is pretty cool because you can do it anywhere. So like if you're at the market or the tailor, you want to sell your weapons, you can still sell your weapons. I think that's pretty standard. But yeah, so upgrade, upgrade your weapons. Craft, you can craft new weapons with materials that you have. So yeah, so clicking on these do absolutely nothing. And that's by design right now. I know how to code it in. I just don't feel like doing it because I'd have to make a widget for holding all the weapons or holding all the stuff. And I know how to do it, I just don't really feel like doing it right now. So this is good enough for me right now. Just this basic setup here. You go over leave. It says leave the blacksmith. And what's great about this setup here is that these are both using the same blueprint, but they're vastly different in the information, which I think is pretty cool. And that's why I use data tables, because you can do that with data tables, um, and not copy pasting else if statements 1,000 times. So use data tables, guys. don't don't make spaghetti code. So here I'll show you another one. So here you go, a greeting. See the shop here. So you can see the buttons are different. Instead of Matt, it says wonton here. Excel, these are pretty much the same. To leave, it says leave wonton shop. This is a small, very small thing, but you can see here it says leave the blacksmith, and here it says leave wonton shop. The is omitted, and that's on purpose, of course, because leave the wonton shop wouldn't make any sense. So that was a bit. It's easy. It's just appending strings, but it's little things. Um, Second thing I'll show you is leveling up, which I didn't think I'd do that anytime soon, but because I didn't do battling yet. So, but sometimes you can level up outside of battle. So if you have an item, or pretty much only if you have an item, that's the only thing I can think of right now. But yeah, so you might have an item that gives you EXP or something. So yeah, you can level up now. I coded it in. So if you walk over this little trigger box here, I set it to randomly do Joe or Dan. So Dan is leveled up now. So at the bottom of the screen, you can see who's leveling up. So it says Dan advanced to level 2. You get this little animation thing. And if you press spacebar, you get to see how your stats changed. And then you press it again, it goes away. And even if you press space again, nothing happens. Except for that hello in the corner, because I do that to check, make sure things are working the way I want. Now you might notice in the corner that the UI hasn't updated, and that's on purpose. Because if you're leveling up, you're not going to be doing it in the field. You're going to be doing it like in the item menu, which makes it despawn anyways. So it won't be an issue, because then when you make the pause menu go away again, it'll be updated. And I could code it that it updates, every second, so you could put it on tick to check every second to see if the level has changed, but that's obviously very ridiculous and very resource intensive for your machine. So I think the way I have it now is good. If there's ever a situation where you level up in the field, I'll just add that in as an option to update it. But you won't be doing it, and this is only a test, so it's fine for now. So you go everywhere else, your party. Dan is level 2 here. His stats have changed. You go to the almanac. He's level 2 here. Go to the stats. He's level 2. His stats are different. He needs more EXP. Joe needs 5. He needs 11. And yep, that's leveling up. Very simple. And if you walk in again, you can level up again. So now he's level 3. Stats have changed again. Again, now he's level 4. Open up that menu. See he's level 4 now. Yeah, you might notice that you might say that's a lot of health. I mean, it's not really a lot. RPGs all handle health differently. I like the Epic Battle Fantasy 3 approach where you just have a ton of health. That way you can do a lot of damage. Because I like the, instead of nerfing, making everything stronger sort of thing. It's like if a move does too much damage, we'll just add more health or more defense. You don't make the move weaker. So, anyway, I like having a lot of health because you can make moves do like thousands of damage. I think that's super cool. So, yeah. Like Pokemon, usually you have like hundreds. Like maybe if you have a really beefy Pokemon, you might have like 300 health. Maybe. I know my Wailord had like 200 something. Anyway, you get the idea. Each RPG is different in terms of stats, so yeah. Let me see if I can level up Joe. There you go. Yeah, it's random, so yeah, so you can see his stats. Oh yeah, that's another thing I changed. So if you have less than 5 people, you can't move to the sub party because it's not unlocked yet. So it'll just be grayed out. Sometimes I get lost in my own menus. Can you believe that? Okay. Yeah. Yeah, his special attack only goes up by 1. Isn't that hilarious? That's funny. I think that's funny. Come on, please. Laugh. Okay. No. Alright, one more thing, and that's the inventory. So you can see here, I have 5 categories. So you have consumables, you have equipable items, so that's like your wandering talisman. In terms of like something like Pokemon, that'd be like your Firestone, your escape rope. I don't think you can equip an escape rope actually. Maybe you can, I don't know, but whatever. Something you can give your character to use in battle or affect your stats. Here we have tokens. That's pretty much the same thing. They affect your stats in battle. Key items. This is stuff like your map, your world map. Things you can't throw away or use. Well, can't throw away. I mean, because they're important. And you have side story items, which is stuff that you get during your side story. It's like key items, but I wanted to put it in a separate category because yeah, and you have this little thing up here. So you can see for these 3, you can see how much you have of it. But these, you can't because you only have 1. So if I had the amount there, they would all just be times 1, which I think is rather redundant. So I took it off for these. The reason they're blank is because I didn't put anything in it. So I could put something in it and it would make it come up there. But, I'm kind of like a one and done sort of guy, so that's why this one only has it. So when you mouse over it, it'll show up here. So the name of the item, the photo of the item. I always use Steve Rambo. That's my test image. And the description of the item and how much you have, obviously. So Yeah, it's gonna be in like a photo format. That's why it's white at the bottom. So similar to here, the party screen, or a really similar one would be the stat screen. So it'll look like this. So I have to put it inside of a picture thing. So yeah, that is that. So that's pretty much all I did. Um, it did take me. I mean, it's been like what, 3 days, 4 days. It's just a lot because of the UI. The UI takes me a bit because you have to design it correctly and to make sure it looks nice and all that. And here you have like animations and stuff. Just making sure everything looks the way you want it to. I'm not super happy with the level up thing. It looks a little plain, but I mean, it's for now it's okay. It does the job. So, yep, that is that. So leveling up and buying. There's not much left to do really. Uh, the biggest things I have left are the battle system, which I'm still sort of thinking about. Kind of know how to do it, kind of don't. Um, I'm stuck on the speeds, but that's okay. And the other big thing is the quest system, which I can kind of conceptualize. I mean, I'd need like a data table with all the quests in it, and then I'd have to give one to an NPC. I'm thinking about it. I'm not really. But yeah, there's not much left to do. So those are the two big things: the battle system and the quest system. And oh yeah, another big thing is the skill tree, which I haven't even started, and equips. So like your clothes, your weapon, all that jazz. So those are pretty much the only things I have left. And then after that, it's I guess saving and loading, which is super easy. I mean that's like you can do that in 2 seconds. So yeah, I'm making pretty good progress. I think I'll be quasi done before my semester starts, which is in like a month. So yeah, it'll be cool. So stay tuned for the next update. I will try to work on the battle system. I won't promise anything because I'm still sort of figuring it out. I don't know if I'm going to be able to figure it out, but yeah. So stay tuned. I will post soon.